Thank you.
Okay,
So thank
good.
you so much for doing this.
Sure. More than happy. I am very happy to support you.
I'm so
And
happy. Thank you so much. It
your
means so
message is
much to
actually,
me.
oh, you're welcome. Thanks for asking me. We both are on a mission to help
Mm-hmm.
the world.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do first is I want to ask you a little bit about where you were before you happened upon my work, and what are the things that you tried before finding my work. So first, like, where were you before emotionally?
Right before I called you, I was at rock bottom.
Right.
Um, I had lost several jobs, and I had just had a reunion with all my sisters after not seeing them for a long time because I didn't think I could emotionally handle being in a relationship with their way of treating me and my way of not knowing how to handle
Mm-hmm.
that.
Good girl.
I was really, really depressed,
Mm-hmm.
really depressed.
Yeah. Yeah. What other kinds of what was going on with work and jobs and stuff?
I kept getting into job situations where the manager was not really being responsive
Mm-hmm.
to either training me or helping me uh, find out what I could do to
Right.
please them.
Right.
And so as a result, I felt like I had to keep trying and trying and trying, which was my pattern of how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
It was always my fault.
Mm-hmm.
The communication problems that happened where I didn't feel like a need was met was my fault.
Right.
Uh, and so, similarly, in the work situation, even though I knew
Mm-hmm.
I was contributing a huge amount,
Mm-hmm.
and my managers were not really uh, doing their responsibility in
Mm-hmm.
training me and communicating with me, um, even after I asked even go because I was somehow whatever, I don't
Right.
know. And what you've taught me is it doesn't matter.
Right.
I knew that I did not need to win them over. I didn't know that before. I
Right.
thought I had to keep winning people over,
Right.
having them understand me,
Mm-hmm.
understand that yes, I was very motivated and I was flexible
Mm-hmm.
to working with them. And I did everything in my power, going from previous experiences to listen to my manager,
Mm-hmm.
to try to forge a balance between expressing what I needed and doing what they needed, knowing my goal was to support them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before it worked in the later environments, I went from job to job,
Mm-hmm.
feeling like I was not being heard, seen, or appreciated,
Right.
which
And
was my childhood.
which in a very large case was the case because you weren't hearing yourself.
That's right.
You weren't listening to yourself. You weren't
No,
appreciating the frustration that was showing up in the kinds of jobs that you were going out for.
that's exactly right. I
And when
kept
you don't
looking
see
for validation
right,
from others and not, even though I knew I was doing a good job,
right.
realizing that it wasn't a good fit for me
Mm-hmm.
and to move on until I found that
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah. That was a big wake up call for you when you realized that you were in jobs that didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was similar to family experience. You felt like you didn't fit,
Yes.
and you kept trying to make it fit.
Well fit.
And, no matter how hard you tried to be a good girl and
Mm,
to the job that you thought they wanted you to do, it ended up being quite frustrating for you.
very much so.
And you ended up getting abused in the workplace emotionally.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Whether they intended to
Right.
or not,
Right.
I feel like many times in my family they're
Mm-hmm.
unaware of the manipulation that they do because
Mm-hmm.
they were raised and supported to behave in the way that they do,
Right.
just to undermine my experience and have me focus on theirs or somebody else's experience.
Which is very common in codependent families. It's
Mm-hmm.
the child that is very emotionally honest. That is the
Yes,
one that tends to get scapegoated. It's the one that's having a difficult time suppressing their emotions and suppressing their reaction. That usually becomes the child that gets picked on the most. And it goes on later on into adult life.
that describes my experience
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And you asked about what before, if you want me to answer. You asked what I had tried before.
Right. Yes.
And every counselor that I went to before, with the exception of a few who I didn't trust,
Right.
said I was ready to go on
Right.
and to face the world and I had everything I understood everything and I was functioning fine. But over and over again, I would go through a cycle.
Yeah.
Anytime I felt underappreciated or invisible, some of the things that you talk about in the videos, which is why I went to you, every single time I would go into a deep depression, experience panic attacks, experience self-doubt, see people in a black and white way. I was right, they were wrong, or I was wrong, they were right.
There was no middle ground.
There was no middle ground, but no counselor in all my experience ever told me anything about my need to get other people's validation.
Yep.
My way of seeing the world as being somehow leading to my depression.
Yeah.
Which is the case.
Yes. Yes.
It was never discussed.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for that because that was another layer of tragedy for you because you, like so many of us, went looking for help. I am desperate for help. And you went to professionals and you asked and you laid your heart out in the line and you said, I am depressed and I am having panic attacks and I don't like the way I feel. But they really weren't able to get to the heart of the problem.
None of them.
Yeah.
Even though, they helped me see things, that I didn't see before. The approach was, even I went to people, the approach was usually, well, I'm hearing your perspective and your communication. Sounds good to me.
Right. Right.
And that's where I got in trouble because I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out why my communication was still leading me to be depressed.
Which is awful because if we don't figure out why we think the way we think, we just keep thinking the way we think. And we just keep getting the same results.
Exactly.
So if we weren't, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So if I'm having trouble at work because every time I don't feel seen, I'm triggered back to being 3, 4, and 5. And I'm feeling that powerless, like I'm 3, 4, and 5, and all my coping skills are gone because when I'm not seen, I'm 3, 4, and 5, and no one's helping you see that, you can't change it.
Yeah.
And worse, if you've got mental health professionals telling you, well, that sounds good. You really think that there's something must be innately wrong with me because they're telling me I'm okay, but I'm still experiencing depression.
Yeah. I didn't have exactly that experience. I had some of it. Right. I had counselors advising me in a way that didn't feel right.
Right. Okay.
For example, a counselor that I trusted and I think meant very well. And in deep states of depression, she could help me feel validated. She listened to me, unlike my previous experience with my family, but I felt at least heard by her and at least understood.
Yes.
But what she didn't do that you do is see me, not just see me, but help explain the reactions I'm getting.
Right.
And help explain why they make me so upset.
Right.
And that it's not me necessarily. It's nothing I can do. That was the missing link.
Yeah.
The missing link that you told me and helped me with is I do not need other people's validation.
Right.
I need to validate myself.
Yes, dear one. Yes,
and
dear one.
That's what the difference was. I needed that knowledge.
Yeah.
I kept working on communication skills to try to get validation from people.
Yes, dear one.
And some people won't. And that's what I didn't get. I thought I need to keep trying.
Yes, dear one. And then, you were ready for this work for sure. And when you heard it's not me, it's my programming, that was huge for you. Like,
It was. Yeah.
I've been downloaded to seek validation. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm more of a person who thinks literally sometimes, but also a little bit who resists some of the terminology that's more mystic or more
Yes.
kind of programming. It's kind of like a flag for me, just to let you know.
Yeah.
And what's great is you and I talk about those. You are so open to listening to my interpretation and hearing how things could be taught to me or told to me in a way that relates to my frame of reference.
Absolutely. Well, we're talking
which is awesome. That was great. Instead of using your words, you used my way of understanding. That works too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the I just did a video about empathy. It is the key to the universe. Because a good therapist or a good counselor, a good friend, a good sister, good aunt, a good mom, is someone, and what you're doing in the teaching community is having empathy right where this child is. So we have empathy for the kid who just hit the kid.
Yes.
And we have empathy for the kid who just got hit by the kid. Because both of their realities are valid.
Yes. That's another thing you taught me. And what you said just reminded me of yesterday.
Yeah. Wow.
And I am using the tools that you're giving me to teach people who, like me, who don't know yet.
Right.
I mean, now I know, but before I never got what I am giving.
Right.
Which is, there was a fight between exactly the situation. I work at an after-school program. And two children who used to be friends, and they're working out the friendship right now. One is more dominant, the other is not as assertive.
Yeah.
And so there was a time where the person who's more assertive accidentally hit the other one. But the other one, there's situations where they're starting to form alliances. The little girl.
Clicks.
And I wanted to make sure to communicate in a way that would appreciate each person for who they were and say that each of those roles I tried to get them to tell me what a good friend was, for example.
Yes, right.
And one of the homework assignments that I sent home with their parents was to, and this is from you, write what they liked about themselves. Awesome. They didn't have to be good at what they chose. I used myself as an example. I'm a terrible singer. And I said, but I love singing. I love that I like to express myself with singing.
Right, that's awesome.
And the person who was labeled by other people, the bully, labeled that way, said, no, you sing great. You can sing wonderful.
Wow. Interesting.
And then I used that to say, I love how you make me feel.
That's awesome.
Make me feel so great when you say things like that. And in the past, you've always helped me here. I have a hearing problem, so here in the noisy environment, and you've done this, and you have great ideas. So basically, seeing her in the way she sees herself. And we did a homework where she doesn't write yet. I wrote down all the things that she could think of that she likes about herself. And I said, we all work on different things. Some people express anger by hitting, and they need to learn a different way. Some people cry because they can't express themselves. Now, you don't have a problem with expressing, but, hitting will cause people not to be close to you.
Right.
They want to literally, physically be away. So,
that's right.
So that's what I love.
That's awesome.
I love being able to offer this to not only the students, but parents.
That's right.
The parents got it. They loved the idea of having them focus on building self-awareness so that they can use the tools and think about what they're good at when they see something they're not so good at.
And integrate it.
And
you don't
even
have to be
first graders get it.
Yeah. You don't have to be good at everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's okay. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong.
Exactly.
Nobody's good at everything. You've just got to be good at what you're good at. That's your only job, is to be you. And that's what you learned in coaching,
Exactly.
that I just have to be me. I have to be Alison. I have to understand that this working environment doesn't work and this working environment does. I like teaching people. I need to be in that type of a forum where I'm teaching people. And so exactly what you're teaching this little girl is what you've learned yourself, which is awesome.
Exactly.
Just be yourself.
That's exactly right. I'm no longer trying to fit into an environment that doesn't receive me in the way I want to.
When you're below the veil of consciousness and you're acting out wounds and programming, you're always going to get into trouble. And not just you, me too. And everyone that I coach. It wasn't until they started to become aware of why they were getting into trouble. What was the linchpin?
Yeah.
And let's get below the surface. So you feel invisible. Okay, so who in your childhood made you feel invisible? And we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, because there was a little girl that needed to feel visible. Now what you're learning to do is you're learning to see the little girl inside of you. You're learning to say, this is what Alison likes to do. This is what Alison likes to do. And the more you honor yourself, the more you'll be able to honor other people, which is awesome.
Exactly.
So tell me about...
I'm still communicating that with people in my family.
Awesome.
It's really, I see, that's one of the things you and I helped me see, you helped me see, when I'm realizing that I'm basing my decisions on what other people think I should do.
Yes, dear one.
What other people think that I need to be like.
Yes, dear one.
Instead of my intuitive understanding of who I am as a person. And I've always thought I'm very empathetic, like you are.
Yeah.
And I've always related on the feeling level. And being told to be less sensitive, where that's where I thrive.
That's right.
My sensitivity toward other people.
And that's why it wasn't working in the other environment.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It works in this kind of environment with the elderly or with children. That's where you're thriving, because in an after-school program, we need sensitive people there. We need highly sensitive people there. And so the answer, when I heard that my whole life too. Oh, you're so sensitive. Stop being so sensitive. That's like telling me to stop having such green eyes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let me just play with my DNA for a little while.
Yeah.
And I just said this on another promo video, that I forgot the name of the doctor, but he said when we raise children to not be in touch with their feelings, we have reduced them to an animal existence. Because animals are not, as much as we know, but as what we know about animals, they're not moving through life through feeling and thinking, and they might be, but to go through life detached from the feelings, to be less emotional. We are human beings, we're not robots, and our emotions make us human. The more sensitive we are, the more healed we are. Now, when you couple being highly sensitive and highly intuitive with being emotionally intelligent about the self, you've got a great recipe going on. Because now you know how you feel when you're around other people. Oh, porcupine pulling away. Oh, they can't see me. Well, I'm going to stop talking to them. It sounds so simple.
That is working so well.
What does life look like today, emotionally? How do you wake up compared to waking up depressed, and how are you waking up every day?
Excited.
Yay.
Excited to go to work when I do go to work. Every day now I go to work. But the children said the other day to the children, how much I love seeing them, and they come over to me and they give me a hug, or they greet me happily, and I say, you make me happy.
That's so cool.
It is so true.
Kids are just the best.
Really bring out such joy, and they bring out, I can explain, this is the way I am.
Yay.
And they said, we want your energy.
Awesome.
we liked it.
There you
And
go.
I thought, yay,
There
thank
you go.
you.
You got your star. Good
Thank you.
girl.
And it's just a creative person.
That's right.
And boy, do I see what a difference I can make in somebody's life.
That's right.
The bully, who I don't see as a bully, I see her as angry. When she gets angry, she doesn't have a constructive way of expressing it.
So that
She
means
doesn't
she's
know
blocked.
how to negotiate her needs.
Yeah, she's blocked.
She's blocked.
She's
And
blocked.
so openly I'm speaking with feelings.
The more she's validated because sometimes with children remember, children need contact. Because that's the only way they know that they're alive is through contact. And children who aren't getting enough positive contact will rely on negative contact. It's sort of like why a child cuts.
Interesting. I'm glad you told me that.
A child cuts because she doesn't feel real. And the pain makes sense. And it makes her feel more alive. Oh, I just cut myself. Now I'm feeling physical pain. Now there's blood. I know that I'm real. That makes sense. So it's making sense of the pain. But it also helps her make her feel real, like she's not floating away. If you dissociate too much from your feelings, you really feel like you're dissociating, you're having out-of-body experiences, and it's like your head isn't connected to your body, and you feel like you're floating away.
Interesting.
So it's when children are bullies and they're young, it could be that they're frustrated, it could be they have too much sugar in their diet, they could have an allergy that no one's investigating, but it could be the idea that she's not getting enough positive attention just for nothing.
Interesting.
So if she's busy doing something and she's not bothering anyone, that's when she needs to be validated. Not only after there's a problem, because her brain will associate contact and attention with hitting someone. I got Miss Allison's attention now.
Interesting. And after?
So you found yourself through this coaching. You found yourself. You discovered that you're enough. You always were enough. And now you're teaching other people that they're enough. I mean,
that's exactly it.
You get to do your light work. That really.
You
got in touch with the fact that everything on the inside was just fine. You had nothing to prove. Exactly. You just had to connect to it. I think of it as, kicking dirt and debris off of a bridge. We had to kick some dirt off the bridge so that you can really see yourself. Remember the exercises where we did, you have to see yourself? Yeah. And now you see yourself. And this is all I ever saw, just so you know. I only saw this in you. Potential.
Really? Wow. I didn't know that.
That's all I knew. I
didn't know that.
Well, every single person has the potential that you've gotten in touch with is inside everybody. It's the childhood programming that's in the way. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I have to. If you're seeking someone else's approval, you'll never seek your own, and then you'll never find your path.
Well, your exercises too. I want to make sure to mention that the exercise about different reasons people might have.
Yes.
You had me write 75 reasons why somebody would not listen to me.
Right.
And then your other affirmation tapes and just our conversations.
Yes.
Just your honesty. I love that you tell me how people aren't always the way I want them to be.
Yeah.
They don't have to be. That was huge. That was huge for me. I thought I had to make things work.
Right.
And had to somehow get it to when I could keep, doing things and thinking things the way I was doing things. And the big hurdle for me was realizing I don't need to always be the way I see myself.
Yeah.
Right. If it's not working in a relationship.
Right. And also, I think
with those who see me, but I don't need to be that way with people who don't, if it's going to hurt me.
Yes, and I think a big breakthrough for you was when you really understood that if someone is not acknowledging you, it might have nothing to do with you, and in most cases, it doesn't.
So huge.
But
and
when
you're talking about your own experiences and perceptions.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. But when you are abused as a child and you haven't worked that out, when you don't feel seen in a work environment, you feel like it's your fault. And then you want to fix it. So that's the attachment. Yeah, I want to fix it. I have to stay attached to this person until I fix it because it's my fault. And if it's my fault, then I feel powerful because then I think I can fix it.
Mm.
But when you come through the veil of consciousness and you're, unconsciousness, and you're more conscious, and you begin to realize that everybody's on this planet with their own agenda, with their own stuff.
Yeah.
It's their own stuff, and they don't, we for as many different billions of people that there are on this planet, there are that many lenses. And we need to find people that we most feel comfortable with in our own skin. We bump up against walls and think we have to fix that. We have to move the wall. No. You got to stop throwing yourself into the wall.
That's perfect. Those lessons, those are the things that if you don't get taught when you're young,
yes,
or even if you're taught but you never really understand it,
mm-hmm.
That's what's key. That for me to finally see that I don't need somebody's approval or to even listen to somebody. When there's so many things I see that before I would feel not heard, but I knew I wasn't being listened to.
Mm-hmm.
And that my perspective was not really paid attention to or accepted a lot of the time.
Right.
Really, that's it. It was they maybe hear me, but they'd never agree.
Right, exactly.
That was the big problem. Mm-hmm. Is I felt like to get along, I had to agree with them and their perception.
Right.
Mine didn't matter as much as theirs.
That's right.
And I was continually reminded that I needed to think of other people and ignore myself. And I see it now in conversations, and I know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I can step back and say, no wonder why I came to feel the way I did.
Absolutely.
No wonder why.
That's right.
I felt like I didn't have any ability to stand up for myself or believe that, it was okay to just let other people think what they wanted to think.
Mm-hmm.
And I could think what I wanted to think.
Mm-hmm.
Never had that feeling.
Yeah.
And that was what my deepest depression was.
Yeah, absolutely. And just keep doing the same thing over and over and not knowing that you're doing anything wrong. And it's just so miraculous when you can say it because you're in the accountability / ascension phase where, you're really, well, actually, I would say you're more in ascension right now. And you're ascending out of the old programming. And
yeah, definitely. I'm I'm using so many tools, and it goes. It's just like what you're doing with your program in reaching other people, and it goes like we've talked about this before. Your goal is to reach people on the individual level and have them reach other people.
Yes.
Reach.
Absolutely.
And I have the same goal.
That's awesome.
And I am with other people, with kids or with ESL people. ESL meaning it really should be English language learners because they could have more than second language. But really, the focus about teaching is to have the student, have the listener know, like you said, they're okay the way they are, but realize that nothing's wrong.
That's right.
Their interpretation.
Right.
Right. It's the role of the communicator in our culture. It's different. But it's the role of that person to find a way that both can meet and respect and help each other feel heard and understood.
Absolutely.
After that, everybody just blossoms. Yeah. And that's what that's what you did for me, and that's what I'm doing for others.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I said thanks for helping me.
Oh, well. I tell everybody, I was just the guide. I was the guide. I only see potential in people. People say, can you help me? I said, well, if you're willing to do the work, I can help you. But It's no different. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make that horse drink. All I do is provide the tools, and the potential is inside of you. And learning to communicate in a way that allows most people to hear the message, because you have to be able to take this message and say it and present it in such a way that even someone who is extremely depressed, even suicidal, which I've had, can hear it. And there's that hope that things can be better. Yeah, one day at a time, bite-sized pieces. Don't give up, never give up. And if you never give up, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. But this is a process. This isn't like getting drunk and our problems go away for a half hour.
Yeah.
This is a process. We have to work. You have to work at this.
And that's part of the message too, is that it is a process.
Yes.
Kids young as kindergarten and earlier, I'm sure, but the kids that I'm working with, if they understand that we're a work in progress,
yes,
that we don't need to be perfect right now, and that we can learn from each other, and we can really, through compassion, make a better world.
Yeah, we have to throw this though. I think I'd like to. The only way I like to use the word perfect is you're perfect just the way you are. It's the only way. It's the only way I like to use it, because to tell a kid you'll never be perfect, to me, it's like it's not as good as.
That's a good point. See, that's what I like. What you're doing right now,
right?
Giving a different perspective, and making it. Giving us things to think about and apply in a way that works for us. But I like that you bring a different perspective. That's what we do a lot of the time with me, and that's what helped me get out of the way I was thinking before that would lead to my depression.
Yeah. Well, you're in a good place now, and you're part of, you've become part of the light warriors now, because now you're in a place where, like with the little magic wand, light, love, you're perfect, I would just be very, especially with children, there is this idea that I'm not good enough. And then, so if this idea that I'm not good enough, then there's this ideal that I could or should be perfect. But who created that ideal? And what is perfect? What does that mean? There's no such thing. No one has the right.
Self-acceptance is
perfect.
Yeah,
you're
self-acceptance.
Perfect. Yeah. I don't care if you're 600 pounds or 800 pounds. You're perfect just the way you are. Perfect just the way you are, because you're enough. Now, what you want to do with your life experience is up to you. And how hard you want to dedicate your life or not is up to you. But whether you lose weight or not lose weight does not interfere. That is not the ruler for whether or not you're perfect. I don't care if you can't move. You are perfect.
That's what I love too. That was such an important message that you were telling people, telling me, but telling people in your videos, and people like me who grew up not feeling good enough.
That's right.
To have another person see us in the way that we wished people saw us helped me then take that step and see myself that way. But I loved your dear ones.
Yes.
When you say things that are just so kind and accepting.
Yeah.
That's
we have to accept
really
ourselves.
That was what drew me to you. Outside of reading about a similar experience, your message really resonated with me.
Well, and now you're taking it and you're making it your own, and you're sharing it. And so I want
so many people have benefited from hearing it.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
you're making the world a better place, Alison.
Finally. I was doing it before, but I'm doing it very consciously.
Yes,
now, so.
I'm excited. Thank you for doing this video with me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll talk to you next week, right? Something?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Thank you, Alison, for taking your time and for giving me this opportunity to share your message with this community. You are a light worker. You always were a light worker. You were born to be a light worker. Shine on.